I'm meteorologist Monica Woods looking at our regional headlines throughout northern and central California. It has been a quite active two-day period here with lots of thunderstorms, not only for the Sierra, but some of those rotating through the valley. More morning fog for the coast. The breeze returns to the valley. That's going to knock down some of the heat. For the foothills, we're keeping an eye on those storms and more thunderstorm risks for the Sierra. That includes the potential for flooding as well as lightning sparked fires. So let's get to it. Over the course of our Tuesday, what was really interesting is those thunderstorms not only hit the Sierra but moved to the valley floor. So numerous lightning strikes throughout the Central Valley, even some small hail accumulating for parts of the San Joaquin Valley. And we got images of a lightning strike that hit a tree. This was in Rockland in the capital region of Sacramento, where you can see it literally just exploded. That tree shot right down the middle here with debris not only around the tree but also going out towards the street and around that car. So neighbors came out, tried to help to clean up some of that mess, but some dangerous weather actually in the capital region. So lightning safety, just kind of a recap here: move to safe shelter, avoid the top of hills and open fields. So that means if you're doing any recreation like hiking, be weather aware, stay away from water, and then avoid trees and tall objects. Really important key indicators here, especially for the mountainous areas where many people like to enjoy some recreation at our beautiful lakes as well as hiking in the foothills. But that severe weather outlook continues into our Wednesday. Not as much for the valley, and we'll take a look at why. You can see as I expand this view, though, northern California as well as central California in that risk range for our Wednesday. Now that really starts to shrink into our Thursday because the dynamics that are bringing this are starting to fall apart. With that, we also get some cooler weather. For our Wednesday, we'll be in the lower 90s through much of the valley. Northern and southern stretches, we're going to see some 100s in there. 70s along the coast, 80s and 90s for the foothills, and close to 70 up top for the Sierra. Okay, let's talk about why we're seeing some of these changes. We still have that high pressure ridge over the desert southwest. So for our Wednesday, we're still going to draw in some of that monsoonal moisture with the opportunity of thunderstorms. But we're also starting to pick up a bit of an onshore flow. That kind of meets up against that line of the potential for thunderstorms and reduces the risk of some of those moving towards the valley floor. We see a little bit more of that on Thursday as that high starts to move its way slightly off to the east. Not entirely, but it will knock down the widespread thunderstorm activity for Thursday. And we'll see some changes as well for that Thursday forecast along the coast. We get a little less of that onshore flow, and temperatures come up just a little bit. Highs for the Tahoe Basin in the 70s again for our Wednesday. Chance of thunderstorms that continues our way southward here south of Highway 50. We'll still look at the opportunity for thunderstorms all the way towards Yosemite. Now here's where you start to see some of that heat for inland valley areas. It's just because we have less of an access to that onshore flow coming in. So a place like Bakersfield still up to 100, Mendota nearly at 100, as well as Visalia. Along the coast, we're in the 60s for the Monterey Bay Peninsula. Head our way southward. Morro Bay at 70. Beautiful along the coast there. Santa Cruz up to 69 degrees. Bay Area forecast, we're hitting highs right around 70. Morning fog, partial afternoon clearing. Now here's where we really get the benefits of that breeze coming right through that Delta region. And so some of those inland areas will drop down into the 80s for the northwest coast. We'll see highs in the 60s here for our Wednesday. Inland areas still right around the mid to upper 90s. And in the northeast corner, we'll still have that chance of thunderstorms. For the Central Valley, highs will be close to about 90, 95 degrees as we move on towards our forecast and the holiday weekend. Less in the way of thunderstorms for the high country, and we'll also see a little taste of that warmth coming back here for the valley forecast by the time we get to Labor Day. Highs are back near 95.